So instead of a C-section in 4 weeks, we're looking at 3 weeks. No one talks about how much it hurts, throwing guilt or like a little bit of shade. What is up, you guys? Today is a little bit different. I thought I would do a get ready with me and just kind of chat about pregnancy updates. We've been getting some questions about delivery because that's in a few dang weeks. I think it's safe to say we officially have a toddler. Okay. As we are filming this video right now, I am 36 weeks pregnant. Oh my gosh. I have been so dang thirsty during this entire pregnancy, but especially as we get closer. I am breastfeeding with Kai right now, and we do plan on tandem feeding when number 2 comes. So before we get into makeup routine and chatting, for my face, my mom actually turned me on to this, but my sister and I have both been using it. It's Boom Cosmetics, super dense, rich moisturizer, but it has saved my skin during the winter. And then for my body, it's a part of who I am now. Eczema, super bad this pregnancy. Bend soap, super just like mom and pop farm goat milk lotion. It has like honey and oatmeal in it just to kind of calm down. But the last makeup routine I did a full face of Merit. Still love that brand, but getting ready for hospital stays, I really just wanted something I could slap on, super hydrating. I have tried and fallen in love with Saie Beauty. Kai, are you gonna help? He likes to be involved. We are officially 36 weeks pregnant. We have our growth ultrasound in a couple of days, and that's just basically see amniotic fluid levels are still good, sizing is still good. Technically, the little guy is due a week before he's going to be taken via C-section, but he was just kind of measuring small in the beginning of the pregnancy, so we just kind of like pushed everything a week. In a couple days, we're gonna see kind of how he's measuring. So instead of a C-section in 4 weeks, we're looking at 3 weeks. So I don't know how I feel about that. Like, obviously I'm really excited just because 40 weeks of a pregnancy is like, that's a long time, and you're just so excited and you're uncomfortable. But dang, has this pregnancy gone by so ridiculously fast. I've always heard that with like multiples. I think you just get busy with the kids that you do have already. So I wouldn't be mad, I think, if we just like kept it, you know, 4 weeks for the C-section, because we just have a lot of stuff to do. This is by far probably my favorite product by Saie. I have 2 shades. I have 3 and 3.5. This is shade 3. It's their slip tint. This is such a good product just to like slap on. I just do a pump. It has so many good skincare ingredients, and it's just like ridiculously hydrating. All in all, this pregnancy has been pretty dang easy. Every doctor's visit is like super uneventful. I'm like, nothing new, nothing's going on. And things are just getting tight. Braxton Hicks have come in hot. I am still breastfeeding Kai. Thank you. I am still breastfeeding Kai too, so that definitely has kind of like kicked on some tightening that I feel like probably wouldn't be happening if I wasn't breastfeeding, but they don't last a long time and they're not super painful. It's just like, I can kind of feel, we did tell the doctor about it, and she was basically just like, you made it 36 weeks breastfeeding. Like, you can just keep going, you're fine. So I'm really hoping transitioning to breastfeeding with this baby that it's not as, I don't want to sound like overly dramatic, but it's a horrific process to go from not breastfeeding to breastfeeding full-time to keep a baby alive. No one talks about how much it hurts. You just see Instagram posts of just, you know, beautiful moments between you and your baby. You're just tired, but you're breastfeeding. Like, it hurts. It freaking hurts. Your hormones are like super heightened too. And I think I just was not prepared for just how much it hurt. Kai had a really good latch too, so it wasn't like a latch issue. It's just like everything's just so sensitive and sore and cracking because your body's just not used to that. So that was a really, like, the first 2-3 weeks of breastfeeding were really hard for me to get through with Kai. You wanna come up here? Yep. So I am hoping postpartum wise that transition is gonna be a little bit easier with breastfeeding our second. This is the Saie Beauty Sun Melt, and I have light bronze. Ridiculously creamy, buttery, hydrating. Going into brows, Kush Fiber by Milk. So addressing a little bit of fun comments and messages that we've been receiving. Not we, Andrew hasn't been getting any of these. It's all woman stuff. We did have a C-section with Kai. If you have not watched that birth vlog, we are planning on doing another vlog this time around. It's a scheduled C-section this time, so I'm assuming it's going to be a very different experience than the last vlog that we did, where I got induced at like almost 41 weeks. Labor for 25 hours, couldn't dilate, led to a C-section, emergency C-section. Kai started to decelerate, his heart rate was dropping. It was a huge relief when the doctor was finally like, I think we should go for a C-section at this point. Your body is not cooperating. We had a really good experience with Kai's C-section. It actually ended up saving my ovary because they found a massive cyst, and we wouldn't have known that that was there until it burst and potentially could have harmed that ovary and just had it be taken out. For this baby, because they're so close in age, or like the deliveries are so close, our doctor basically didn't give us a choice. She just said that you're at really high risk for a uterus eruption. I'm so glad that I had the experience of going through labor and feeling contraction. Contractions are so funky. It's still something that if someone was like, what does a contraction feel like? Like going through it, like I don't know if I can explain it. It just becomes like a giant blur. It seriously was a beautiful experience that brought Andrew and I really close together. He just was an incredible laboring partner with like different positions, being right there for every contraction. Having that experience like just for us was really special. So glad that we did that with Kai, and then we at least tried. But with this baby, when our doctor came right out and was like, don't even mess around with getting induced and going through all that to possibly end up in another C-section, schedule a C-section, I was stoked. I was like, sounds great. We can just walk in there full of energy, not already drained from 25 hours of being in labor. We are excited that it's a C-section, but dang, we have been getting some fun, and again, when I say we, me, I have been getting some fun comments and private messages just from people throwing guilt or like a little bit of shade at C-section type stuff, which I never understand why. Even before I got a C-section, I knew that like they kind of had a, hi, thank you. They kind of had like a stigma with it's mainly other women. I feel like guys don't really care. It's just like other women, which I'm like, I just don't understand it. You can't just choose to have a C-section unless you're like high risk and you kind of have an option with your doctor, but it's the doctor's choice if a C-section is going to be in your baby's best interest for your safety. You're awake and feeling all the uncomfortableness of literally getting cut open with layers and layers of muscle and tissue. But yeah, it's a whole other beast in itself, and it deserves just as much respect as naturally going through labor or having an epidural. But yeah, whatever avenue of bringing your child into this world, like it's still suffering and uncomfortableness, and it's scary. You already went through so much in pregnancy just to get to that point of bringing a healthy baby into this world. Everyone deserves the respect of like, you got this far and great job. Like it shouldn't be like this competition, different respects for different methods. It's such a weird concept to me. But we do have a second C-section scheduled. I'm stoked for it. I'm relieved. We are hoping that recovery is gonna hopefully be as easy as it was with Kai. Like we picked up some prescriptions on the way home in case like the pain got really bad, but I didn't even take like ibuprofen or anything like that. Obviously it was uncomfortable, but I remember like it was definitely doable. I'm hoping that with this C-section it's kind of the same thing. Andrew has paternity leave, so he's gonna be at home helping me out with Kai while I have the little guy. So we'll definitely be making videos of just our transition with 2 under 2. We are so stinking stoked just to bring the little guy home with us, and we're just so hopeful that things go smoothly at the hospital and with delivery. Thank you. But yeah, I think that's it right now. In the hospital, that's gonna be a really nice makeup. Just literally you can just like put it on with your fingers and like blend it out. So I think that's what we'll be going for. I feel like when you're in the hospital and you're recovering And you do have those down moments of, you know, when the baby's sleeping, you take that first shower, or, you know, little moments like that just to feel human again. I think it's nice to have like just some simple things to throw on just to kind of make you feel, you know, a little bit pampered and put together. Kai's recovery, my sister gifted me the Lash lip masks, if you guys have tried those. Just having that little tiny thing just to put on your lips and just like feel pampered for a second, just that mentally makes such a big difference. I'm just so blown away that we are so dang close to bringing the dude home. We already have a name picked out, and Kai's gonna be a big brother, and Andrew's, you know, gonna have some solid time off. So it's a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to. If you guys could keep us in your prayers for the next few weeks until we deliver, so that everything goes smoothly, and all these life changes that are happening, we just can't wait to share them with this channel and with the community that's on here. If you are not subscribed already, please think about joining our YouTube family. If you have 2 under 2 or you've gone through that experience before, please leave comments below of your stories, the do's and don'ts, everything that you've learned or you would suggest. We would love to hear that because we are just going into uncharted territory. Thank you so much again for watching. We will see you next week.